Cruz Beckham is once again strutting into his family drama.
Cruz Beckham is the latest member of the Beckham family to weigh in subtly but mistakably on the growing tension surrounding his older brother, Brooklyn Beckham, and a comment that has taken on a life of its own. What started as a seemingly light-hearted remark about Victoria Beckham's dancing has now become another flashpoint in family dynamic that fans and tabloids alike have been scrutinizing for months. The situation traces back to Brooklyn Beckham's recent claim that his mother, fashion icon and former Spice Girl Victoria Beckham, never danced at home when he was growing up. The comment, delivered casually and without apparent malice, nonetheless struck a nerve with longtime fans who remember Victoria first and foremost as Posh Spice, a woman whose career was built on music, choreography, and global pop stardom. Almost immediately, social media lit up with throwback videos, old interviews, and home footage that appeared to contradict Brooklyn's version of events. For many observers, the comment wasn't really about dancing at all. Instead, it was interpreted as another example of Brooklyn positioning himself at a distance from his famous family, particularly as he continues to build a life centered around his marriage to Nicola Peltz and his career pursuits in the United States. In that context, Cruz Beckham's reaction, though brief, felt telling. Unlike Brooklyn, Cruz has remained visibly aligned with his parents, frequently appearing at Victoria's fashion shows, supporting David Beckham's projects, and posting affectionate tributes to both. So when Cruz appeared to respond to the viral conversation around Victoria's dancing, fans were quick to read between the lines. Cruz's reaction didn't come in the form of a formal interview or a pointed statement. Instead, it arrived the way many modern family disputes now do, through social media. Cruz shared a short clip featuring Victoria dancing enthusiastically, paired with a playful caption that many interpreted. The post struck a balance between humor and loyalty. Rather than outright calling Brooklyn wrong, Cruz leaned into irony, letting the footage speak for itself. For fans, this approach felt very Cruz, cheeky, musical, and emotionally expressive without being confrontational. But it also underscored something deeper: the clear divide in how the Beckham siblings currently present their family narrative. Brooklyn's comment about Victoria not dancing at home might have been intended as a throwaway line, perhaps meant to emphasize that she was simply mum behind closed doors rather than a global pop star. But critics argue that the phrasing, and the pattern of similar remarks in recent years, suggests a more deliberate distancing. Cruz's response, by contrast, seemed rooted in protecting the image of their mother, not as a celebrity brand, but as someone who has always embraced joy, music, and self-expression. What makes this moment especially significant is that it arrives amid ongoing speculation about a rift between Brooklyn and the rest of the Beckham family. While no one involved has publicly confirmed a feud, fans have noted Brooklyn's absence from key family events, reduced interaction on social media, and a noticeable lack of public support for his parents' projects. Cruz, meanwhile, has doubled down on family visibility, often appearing alongside Romeo and Harper in supportive roles. In that light, Cruz's reaction felt less like sibling banter and more like a quiet declaration of where he stands. It wasn't aggressive or bitter, but it was firm. By amplifying a version of Victoria that contradicted Brooklyn's claim, Cruz effectively reasserted the family's shared history, one that many fans feel Brooklyn has recently minimized. Victoria Beckham herself has not directly addressed the comment, but her own social media presence has subtly echoed Cruz's tone. She has shared dance-related throwbacks, behind-the-scenes moments, and lighthearted clips that reinforce the idea that movement and music have always been part of her life, both on stage and off. Whether intentional or coincidental, the timing has only fueled speculation that the family is responding collectively, albeit quietly. Cruz's role in this dynamic is particularly interesting because he occupies a middle space within the Beckham sibling hierarchy. He's old enough to remember Victoria's Spice Girls era vividly, yet young enough to still be closely tied to the family's current public image. His musical aspirations also mirror his mother's early career more closely than Brooklyn's ventures into photography, cooking, or entrepreneurship. That shared creative lineage may explain why Cruz appears especially protective of how Victoria's past and personality are portrayed. Fans have largely rallied behind Cruz, praising his response as classy, funny, and respectful. Many noted that he didn't escalate the situation or invite direct confrontation, instead choosing to celebrate his mother in a way that felt authentic. Others, however, expressed concern that even subtle public reactions could deepen existing family tensions, especially when every move is amplified by millions of followers. Still, Cruz's reaction highlights a broader truth about celebrity families in the social media age. Silence is rarely neutral, and even the smallest post can carry significant weight. By choosing to post what he did, Cruz signaled that he was unwilling to let a narrative about his mother go unchallenged, even if the challenge came from his own brother. Whether Brooklyn intended to spark controversy or not, the aftermath has reinforced perceptions of a growing divide in how the Beckham children relate to their parents' legacy. For Cruz, that legacy appears